welcome to InDigital, the show that puts your life in gear. We're going to show you the coolest and the latest in electronics, gadgets, and karaoke machines. We're here at CES 2006. I'm Diane Mizota with Hahn, Choi, and Andrew Hahn. Andrew, what are some of your impressions of the show so far?
Well, after all these years, there's actually some stuff people really want. Finally, there's really cool stuff, HD, there's a bunch of great things happening. What
about you, Hahn?
Huge. 28 football fields. It's a lot of walking, but you know, there's lots of stuff, and that's the big thing.
A lot of stuff. So later on in the show, we're going to cover the top 4 trends for 2006. But first, we're going to show you some great things we found for you to use in the privacy of your own home. CyberHome is one of many personal media players that I checked out. It has a streamlined, Apple-esque monitor and a beautiful 7-inch screen. But what sets this one apart is that it upconverts its content to HD when you hook it up to an HD TV. Not too shabby, right? I'd tell you more specs and stuff, but I kind of stopped paying attention to the guy when he said there was no TiVo compatibility. Sorry.
What makes a 37-inch LCD display unique? It's not huge, doesn't have ultra-high resolution, and it doesn't look particularly different. But HP's advanced digital media LCD TV takes a connected home to the next level. With integrated wired and wireless networking, you can stream music, view your photos, or play video from any computer in the house. You can also go online to view photos stored on Snapfish, listen to Real Network's Rhapsody music service, or watch movies from Cinema Now. It's the most connected television I've ever seen, enough to turn anybody into a couch potato.
Staying true to its user interface that made it so great, TiVo's new Series 3 doesn't get a huge redesign. The Series 3 jumps into high definition with 2 HD tuners and built-in cable cards. On the front display, it shows what's being recorded on each feed and their support for an expansion drive. And yes, Ethernet is finally integrated. Say goodbye to those dongles. The classic TiVo remote gets a facelift too, but nothing to upset the diehard. Setting up a home theater system inevitably means a lot of wires, especially for the rear channel. Avega's Oyster speakers rely on Wi-Fi to unleash them from the tethers of speaker cable. The speakers include an integrated amplifier, so you can directly plug in your iPod or even a DVD player enjoying movies in surround sound. But the Oyster has another trick up its sleeve. Since there's an integrated Wi-Fi connection, you can connect them directly to your home network, unlocking stored tunes. All without wires. Well, there's still the power cable.
Oyster, pretty cool, huh?
It's awesome, I love that thing.
I love it, the whole idea of eliminating the wires using a wireless network. I still have a lot of questions about it though, like how, if you're streaming content from your computer to the speakers.
Those guys have done a really good job with wireless, with syncing it up, with auto-configuring it. It's the coolest thing I've seen since a Sonos player. It's really good.
It is really awesome. You can hook a DVD player up straight. It's awesome. I love it. The whole no wires.
It's easy to use. I mean, it's obviously really good looking, and the whole appeal of no wires is like huge for me.
Yeah, surround sound is the biggest problem. Where do you put the wires to the back speakers? It's always a problem.
It's one cable, one power cord right in the wall, that's it. Auto configuration, and it looks really sexy, it's great. I love it.
They need a subwoofer though. They need a subwoofer.
Speaking of sexy, we're going to take a look at trend number 4 for 2006.
So Hahn, tell me about Skype. It seems like everybody's making consumer electronics for it. It's kind of big now, right?
Well, there's worldwide 50 million users, and you had to be tied to a computer or a little application based. Now they got hardware, so you can avoid that. And it's really key to get more people to use it. It's more convenient. There's all those things that
So it's cheap. I can just plug a phone into a USB cable, or I can use a Wi-Fi phone. I can get Skype pretty much anyway now.
Wi-Fi phone. There's adapters, so you can hook into your network just to use a regular phone. There's a whole there must be a dozen.
It's like ready, set, go, man. Boom, it's done, and there's nothing else to it. It's really easy. Voice over IP is amazing. It's definitely the wave of the future.
Absolutely.
I don't know why I even have a phone anymore. It's amazing.
Yeah, and because bonding services, things like that, you have to pay just to get local calls. Now you're saying, well, if you have Skype, I have Skype, why bother?
Right, I have Vonage, I'm just going to get rid of it. It's not reliable, I do Skype anyway, it's cheaper.
It's free.
Alright, so we've shown you some of the things that you can use in the home. Now for those of you that actually go out of your house, we found stuff for you too.
When Palm first showed the Trio 700, they wouldn't let me near it. At CES, I finally got my hands on one, and it's pretty darn impressive. The Trio 700W with Microsoft's Windows Mobile 5 maintains the one feature that made the Trio 650 great: the one-handed, stylus-free experience. Plus, there are neat features like a photo speed dial, so you can just touch your friend's face to dial. It's a Verizon exclusive for now, which is too bad for people like me, but expect a GSM version later this year. In the wake of Intel's Vive initiative, the Intel Core Duo, the first mobile dual-core processor, quietly appeared at CES. HP's DB1000, one of my favorite notebooks for 2004 for its balance between portability and features, gets a Core Duo and an integrated webcam for video chatting. HP claims the DB1000 gets a performance bump of 30 to 40% with its Core Duo, but also gets a 30 to 40 minute hidden battery life compared to a Pentium M with the same clock speed. Sling Media Slingbox, an InDigital favorite, is back with a new feature, Ultimate Mobility with Sling Player Mobile. The service is available for Windows Mobile 2003 and 5.0 devices with network connectivity, whether it's with Wi-Fi or a cellular network. Sling Player Mobile offers all of the capabilities found in the PC version and the freedom to watch television everywhere. Is your television so important that you need to take it everywhere? Well, if you're in the television industry like we are, then of course it is.
Major question, when's the Mac version?
It's coming. We're working on it.
When?
We love the Mac users. We are working on it. We'll have an announcement soon.
That's the most vague response I've ever heard in my life.
So we get to the red block.
Remember those cool flexible displays in Minority Report? Well, Philips actually went out and made one. The Philips Radius made its debut in North America at CES, giving us a glimpse of the future of mobile devices. Can you imagine a cell phone with a 5-inch display? Still in prototype, the Radius is a monochrome technology with only 4 levels of gray. No word yet on when we'll actually see it used in any gadgets.
The Toshiba S-Series PMC is a teeny tiny personal media player. It's got a sleek white exterior and feels terrific in your hand, with a screen that works in either a vertical or horizontal format. So the good news is that it looks great and scores big on cool factor. Now the not so great news, how to put content into it. I'm not by any means a tech meister, so for me to carry another gadget in my bag when I travel, it's got to be super easy to use and integrate with the tech that I already have, which it doesn't, because it's not compatible with TiVo and only works with Windows Media Player. The Toshiba S-Series PMC will hit the market sometime soon and will retail for around $299. It was shiny, it was white, but so's the video iPod, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I travel a lot, and if I'm gonna take media with me, it has to be easy. And what I found frustrating about all the media players is there's so many different formats and codes and conversions, and I just need to press a button and know I'm gonna be able to watch Lost when I'm in Kansas.
Yeah, well, that's why the Slingbox is so great. And nowadays it is portable. You can put it on a cell phone, like a Windows mobile device. Take it with you. The only problem is you need network coverage to do it. So,
right.
Are you willing to pay the money to monthly fee for the data service?
I already have a PSP, and I'll just use location free. I think that's cool. You just find a Wi-Fi hotspot, and I can watch my TV there.
Yeah, but Wi-Fi hotspots are,
Yeah, there's not that many of them.
In Kansas, come on, there was a
You'd be surprised. Well, maybe not Wi-Fi yet, but most hotels have broadband access.
Yeah. And now for the number 3 trend of 2006.
So Vive, that's Intel's big initiative to get into your living room.
That's right. So Vive, basically, it's Intel's big thing. It's a new platform. It's basically, they're sort of like giving up the desktop space in a way. They're kind of like, you know what, we're not making more money there. It's just like a big speed thing. Now we're going to look at media. So what this thing does, it's like a chip, it's like a platform, but that's not the important thing. What it takes is all the different formats and all the kind of crap, the bullshit, the babble that's out there, and it kind of it condenses it into something you can use as a consumer. It's totally easy. So that's the cool thing about it. But the big thing, we're at CES, but next week at Macworld you're going to see a huge announcement that's all surrounded with this, with Apple. Because what they're really going to do is take what Vive could do, simplifying all the different formats and medias and all the stuff that confuses consumers, and condense it down in like an iPod kind of way, like 3 words, like simple and easy and ripping and burning, all that stuff, make it easy for consumers to use by using things like, you know, an iTunes kind of model.
So would you say that you guys have had fun here at CES?
You know what, it's a love-hate relationship every time. I love it, it's the best show of the year. I hate it, it's the worst show of the year.
I loved it. My biggest problem is a lot of the things that I want to buy aren't going to be available for several months.
Right.
Now, not that I have any money, but you know, that's besides the point. I still want to buy it.
Right. Well, this has been my first CES, and I've had a good time. I mean, I've really taken the time to get off the beaten track and find some fun things.
The Game Runner isn't the first game controller trying to get us off the couch to get some exercise. The handlebars let you turn and the twist grip controls the vertical view. Then there's a pile of other buttons for all those other first-person shooter functions. After your gaming session, check your pulse with the integrated sensor. There's definitely a learning curve required to get the hang of the controls, and a big screen is a necessity to truly enjoy the experience.
Text on Sony's e-reader looks remarkably like paper, almost like words painted on a screen. Despite the fact that it's black and white, it does a great job at displaying PDFs and excellent quality JPEG images. The e-reader consumes power only when turning pages. That's about 7,500 pages per charge according to Sony. With enough memory for about 80 books and expandable through memory and, amazingly, SD, you'll have plenty of books and graphic novels to read on your next vacation. More than 10,000 titles will be available through Sony Connect. Now we have even fewer excuses to catch up on all that reading we promised ourselves we'd do.
At SEMA, the Z1 was nothing more than a painted chunk of wood and a page full of features. Now it's real and drool-worthy. The base unit has state-of-the-art navigation capabilities, traffic information, voice recognition, and a built-in hard drive for maps and storing music. It makes route calculations based on making more right turns and avoiding stop signs. There's Bluetooth for your cell phone, controls for your iPod, good ones this time, satellite radio, and the list goes on. To get the complete package, you'll need to buy lots of optional accessories, which does hurt the pocketbook.
Logitech makes this really fun face recognition software for IMing with their webcams that I thoroughly enjoyed by myself. In theory, you can superimpose images on your face so that the person you're IMing with sees you as a dinosaur or a cartoon character or tons of other alterations with a mouth that moves in sync to what you're saying. What? What? Are you talking to me? Here's the deal. It's super fun to alter your face with googly eyes or a snorkel mask, but make sure you have a high-quality webcam because if it doesn't recognize your features, the beer hat might not stick to your face the way you want it to. Bummer. You thought that stuff was fun? There is so much to see here at CES. We wanted to show you some of the things that are a little bit
This is a Nethrone, perhaps the most comfortable computer chair you can possibly get. And the best part for all you lazy folks, it's fully automatic. Definitely not your parents' computer chair. The Nethrone looks like a cross between a dentist chair and some kinky sex machine. Take a closer look, and you'll see the intricate hydraulics and smooth movement. Once you've gotten over the initial shock, you'll notice clean lines and thoughtful design. 8 years in the making by a man with a bad back, the Nethrone isn't for everyone, and costs almost $2,500. It is, however, a great conversation starter, and it's pretty comfy.
Amidst all the 1080i, DivX H.264 5-time optical zoom, 5.1 surround, I81, U812 jargon swimming in my head, suddenly I found that luscious strains of karaoke carried my tired feet across the convention center floor. Apparently, I was not the only one who was attracted to the stage as I ran into an old friend of mine. P.S. He really wanted to sing Debbie Gibson. And now,
I know, because when I'm lost, don't quit.
I can't let go.
Sell it, Diane! I don't mind, I know
singer karaoke different from just your average karaoke system?
Well, we built the whole system into the mic, the sound system. You can change key, pitch, melody, echo right at the touch of a button.
Can it make someone with a not so great voice sound better?
That's the key behind the key change to match your voice. That's very important.
We should have turned it on for them.
Yes.
They should have turned it on for me, but they didn't. Okay, what do you guys think of my singing? You think, Celine should be worried?
She should be very worried. They'll be building a new coliseum for you.
Mellifluous.
I've had some fun here. I loved that Logitech webcam. I don't know if I'll actually be IMing people so much as just trying on eye masks and brains on my head and being a lizard and stuff like that.
I totally dig that. Being able to like individualize my IM experience is totally great.
Yeah. So what about some of the fun stuff that you guys have seen?
I saw a lot of things I want personally, and one of them is that stereo system for the car from Pioneer. I can't wait for it to come out though. It's April. Come on.
April, come on, April.
Yeah, so that's the one thing I'm really looking forward to.
What about you, Andrew?
Well, I've seen some pretty cool stuff. The best thing I've seen though is probably the Sky Scout. The Celestron Sky Scout. That's so cool. And there's some pretty dumb things too. Really stupid stuff. Well, there's this PSP like little hat thing from Innovations Digital, I think. And basically it's like this big thing that sits on your PSP and sends video out to your TV. It's just huge. I don't know what it is. It's stupid.
So it's a camera taking a picture of your PSP screen.
Right. Why? I don't know why.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Well, obviously we've had a lot of fun here, and the fun is not stopping as we get to trend number 2.
We have Blu-ray launching.
Yeah.
We have HD DVD launching. They're basically two competing standards for high-definition DVDs. That's a problem. We've seen it before, right?
Yeah.
We've been here. I've heard this song before. Betamax, VHS, DVD-R, DVD-R-, all that stuff. I don't care about it. All I really want to know is where are the titles and where's the media?
That's a big thing that everyone's waiting for. This is a little bit easier though, because at least OneDrive, like Samsung's committed to making them, they'll support both formats. They can do that. Beta VHS, well, totally different size. There's a lot of problems with it. At least, that's the future to me, is one player that does both.
My sort of idea though here is that I think Blu-rays just got more of the studios. They got more people with them.
Yeah.
HD DVD's kind of on their heels. I don't know how that's going to work. Microsoft's going to do with HD DVD, but for me, I think
I like HD DVD because HP was complaining about this. HD DVD allows them to transfer the movie onto a server and then stream it to multiple units. That is, to me, is the holy grail. I don't want that wall of DVDs. I want it on a server somewhere, watch it in whatever room. And Blu-ray saying, well, we're not going to enable that. Blu-ray, to me, is really designed under that Sony mentality, like the rootkit mentality that everyone's a thief.
I want simplicity, simplicity, simplicity.
Yeah.
And if the titles aren't there, I'm not buying it.
That's the biggest problem. The consumer's going to decide based on the titles. And you're right, I think Blu-ray does have an advantage in that aspect, which kind of bugs me. I want HD DVD!
I want the control too, but the simplicity is way more important.
Yeah, you're right. The content is the ultimate winner.
So a couple other things. I want to know, what do you think about 1080p? There's a lot of panels, whatever. 1080p is a high definition standard for the displays now. Do we really need it? I mean,
well, if the players are here, but if the players are here, yes.
Why not take
absolutely not. Absolutely, why not? Because it's there. Cost though is an issue.
Yeah.
It's basically where plasma
I just bought my 720p TV. I don't need a 1080p TV. Yeah.
Well,
it looks beautiful. What else do I need?
It's one of those situations when the plasma launched, it was like $15,000. Well, we're in the same boat again. Yeah. But at least you got a choice if you don't want the 1080p.
Obviously, at an electronics show, there's going to be digital cameras galore. So we just found a couple with some interesting features we thought you should know about. Cycloptically is so 2005. That's why Kodak is taking digital photography to a more human state. The Kodak EasyShare V570 is the first dual-lens digital camera to be introduced, and it's bound to open some eyes in the consumer market. One of the cool features about this camera is that there's a video camera built in, but I'm not really sure that I'd use this to videotape stuff. HP has some new digital cameras coming out with some really cool features built into them. Our pick was the HP PhotoSmart R927, which has 8 megapixels and a slim design, but what sets this camera apart are the in-camera digital effects that you can apply to photos right after you take them. You can alter your photos to look like a cartoon, an impressionist painting, or a kaleidoscope. You can add frames and borders, sepia tone, and for all of us people who think we look fat in photographs, a slimming feature. What? They say this camera has a slimming effect, so we're gonna test it out on my ass. There's my ass in all its original glory. And now, the final effect. Hey, it looks a little smaller. I have to say that kind of works if you're into ass photography. Okay, so what did you guys think of my picks?
I loved them. I thought they were cool.
I don't know, that Kodak, I really don't get the point of the two lenses. That, you know, it's 3x zoom on one. That, you know, I just don't see the point. Is that wide angle really that important? I don't know. Would you use it?
You know, I want to take it all with me, man. I don't want the digital SLR. I have to carry a bunch of lenses with me. I want the wide angle and I want the zoom.
Would you really use it though? Like that, that whole wide thing?
It's small, man. It's nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. I just think it's extra toy.
Looks good too.
That I would never use.
I like the abs, you know, with the two eyes.
It was a little too wide. Like, I want a camera that looks good and I can just stick it in my pocket, and it had a great functionality, but it was still a little too thick. You need a purse.
I agree. Well, I'm not gonna carry a purse, but I totally agree.
I need a purse. That's a different thing. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's a good idea. But
okay.
That's me.
And hey, what about that slimming effect? I mean, as a woman, I can say that that would be something appealing to me. I don't know how much I'd use it, but
I want an Arnold Schwarzenegger effect. It could be huge.
I want
big
the
arms.
effect, like, I've got like male pattern ass lots, so I want a juicify effect, you know? Like, anyway.
Maybe that's coming out in 2007.
I like it though. All the in-camera stuff is great.
It is cool that you can do all that stuff right there in the camera.
Yeah.
Well, right now, we're gonna take a look at the top trend for 2006. So look at this.
So Hahn, let's talk about VOD, let's talk about IPTV, let's talk about a bunch of acronyms nobody knows anything about.
Well, it's all about getting television or shows when you want it.
Right.
It's on your schedule,
right.
And you don't have to have a TiVo to record it or anything. You get it, you know, you wake up in the middle of the night, go, I feel like watching this.
It's finding my video content like I find my content on the web, right?
Yeah.
You want to search for it, you want to get it, you don't care when you get it or how you get it, you want to aggregate it for you want it like an RSS feed, you want it in all these different ways, right?
Yeah.
So that's the really cool value of that. I think VOD and what a lot of the new internet protocol-based television stuff is really cool. Verizon's doing some pretty interesting things, although I think they totally blew it, but they're still on the right track. It's really typical of them. But so what they do is they're combining like fiber to the home with regular like sort of cable distribution in the house. It's really crazy, but the interface is okay. But they sort of, you know, everything to me comes down to interface. A really smooth interface, it's easy to understand. I don't care if it's coming over my satellite dish, cable, or over the web. I just want the video I want. I want it in the same resolution standard. I want to be able to search for it, things like that. The era of a la carte TV is really here.
Absolutely.
It's been here for me for a long time. I've been watching video on the web for years, like 10 years. I've been watching, I mean, it was bad then, but it's better now. You can watch whatever you really want to watch. And you know, the content is just a matter of time, and I think the matter of time is like 12 months from now, everybody's going to be unloading stuff. You got CBS, NBC, ABC, Time Warner, all these guys just open everything up. It's free, it's $1, whatever, it's nothing. So consumers, you know, they hate the fact that they have to buy into these digital cable tiers. It's so stupid. I don't understand what cable companies think they're doing. They're so going down in flames right now. I do not understand how they can not figure out that right now. It's just dumb. The thing here is that's really interesting is that consumers are in control. I mean, VOD is like a bottom-up thing. It's like, it's not like somebody just decided one day, oh, you know what, we're going to unload VOD. The consumers decided, and they're forcing it up, and I love that because it's such a good feeling to know that you knew all along that this stupid cable package you're buying is just dumb. You know, I hate it. I don't watch those channels. I mean, I like to surf a little bit, but really I'll watch maybe 17 or 18 channels. It's about the shows, not the networks, right?
I think that's why it's the #1 trend this year.
Yeah.
So 2006 is going to be huge for VOD.
Well, that about wraps up this episode of InDigital. Thanks so much for watching.
If you want information about any of the products in the show, go check out our website, InDigitalOnline.com.
And stay tuned to more episodes that'll be coming out real soon.
And don't forget, it doesn't matter if you watch our show, just download it.
Bye.
episode of InDigital is provided by